Howdy everyone, GumballFan13 here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my music. So I got this idea because I was wondering, people have been asking me a lot, how do you make your music? And I say, I use MuseScore. So basically, I use MuseScore to make my music, and I'll show you what I do well, you get the idea. So let's just make a sample song called Sample Song. Subtitle, blah. Composer, GumballFan13. So I'm going to be showing you how we use certain instruments. So I always choose instruments because you can choose your instruments that way. So usually I pick a piano first, and then usually I pick some strings, like usually violoncello and then violin, and I usually pick drum set. Now, if you're probably wondering how I get my electronic stuff, I go to electronic music, I go down here, and I pick from all these synthesizers. Usually I do square and echoes, because those give me the sounds that I want. Now I go back to all instruments, or just the common ones. I also tend to sometimes like to add cymbals into my songs, so I usually hit cymbal, but I'll show you how that works later. So, any other instruments I want? Anyway, if you click all instruments, you can find a list of everything you want, everything you need or want. Marching percussion, okay. Wow, that's a lot. Didn't realize there were so many you could choose from. I only usually pick the common ones. Anyway, so then you pick a key signature, which, by the way, you can change it anytime you want. You're not bound to a certain key signature. For example, I'm just going to pick C and tempo 120. And then I select my measures. That will be fine for the example. And then I hit finish. So basically, you can sort it into either page view, continuous view, or single page. I always use single page because I can see everything that's going on. But continuous is good because you can actually see literally everything lined up. Page view is only good if you really want to see what you look like if you're going to print it out, which I usually don't because I usually record it and, So the way it works is pretty simple. You just hit N to start typing notes. Then you just press the letter key of the note you want on the keyboard. So let's start with a C major scale. We can go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's pretty simple, right? And if you want to, you can add accidentals easily to these by, I think you either do this to them, or you can just you can use the arrow keys to move them down or up. So let's say I made this and I wanted to make a C minor scale instead. I would just go pretty simple. So sometimes it's best to divide your thing into parts. So I usually do parts. So just hit there's no generate button. Where? Oh, you just hit all parts. It usually says generate there, but I'm using different computers, so things are a bit different. We can close that out. So then I can just sort them into different parts. So I'm talking about symbol. Usually the way I do symbols are, normally if I type symbol, you usually use the A. But I don't want that. So sometimes what I do is I go to Tools, View, and then hit Mixer. And then so click off a drum set, and then I can go down to here and make a different sound from these different instruments. Usually I try to I usually pick, where is it? It's down at the very bottom, but it's like down. Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, reverse symbol is what it's called. So you hit reverse symbol instead, and so when I go up to type it, it goes. So then also forgot to mention that if you hit the number keys, you can actually change what length the note you want. So say I wanted this kind of symbol instead, I just do, and that's how I get my symbols. For some reason, this one is kind of broken, and it won't go through the whole measure. Like, for some reason, it just stops. I don't know why it does that, but text. I don't want to say. I don't really. Actually, let's save this. So, how I get my echoes is I sometimes as seen in my song "Hatred of the Past" and some of my commissions, I like to use echo sounds. And if I click, so if you want to add more than one note, you can just do this, like this. And then watch this. Those kind of sounds. I used, if you hit M on them, you can change it from measures to single measures to barred measures. I don't know, I find that very useful, but it's something. Anyway, sometimes I like using square synthesizer for my electronic sounds, like in Rousey Strikes Back, I think. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. This is a very easy program to use. It's free, I believe. And here's how the drum set works. So down here, I get a bar of like different sounds. Now, B is usually set to the bass drum and stuff, and then A and everything else is set to the top. It's split into two parts because for convenience reasons. But anyway, it would sound like this. So it's pretty simple. Some cool effects I use in some of my songs are sometimes I like to increase the volume or decrease the volume suddenly. So I like to go to dynamics. And then like I go a little bit less, a little bit less, and then a little bit less than that. And then like this. So then if I go like, this is good for like if you want to go bum 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 bum, something like that. It's better to use the dynamic markings instead of crescendo and decrescendo because it's just the way it works. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to the commission that I was supposed to do. So I will go to File, go to New. Okay, so the commission was for, let me check my notes. It's called Harbinger of Darkness, I think. Remember what AU this is from? Never mind, you can't. I'll find that out. Anyway, so for this song, they wanted like a grim sound, so grim, dark sound. So I'm gonna add a slow tempo. So for instruments, I'm probably gonna pick piano They told me not to do drum set, but I'm probably not gonna do drum set. By the way, you can add in any instrument at any time if you need to. If you like miss an instrument, it's pretty simple. You just have to go to Edit Instruments and then I don't know. What's this one do? I'm gonna try that one out. Okay. Squeaky mouse. By the way, if I forgot your name, whoever I'm doing commission for, but if you're watching this, please tell me down below what I can change about it if you don't like something. Oh wait, I should probably add an organ. Okay, let's go to keyboards, organ. I don't ever use the third staff on an organ. I'm thinking, yeah. Then I hit finish. Okay. Forgot what this one does. Oh, it's this one. That might be cool. Oh, we can close out of this. Okay, so the person never mentioned their character. I'll probably have to ask them about it later. But anyway, hold on. I should probably add something to it. Oh yeah, I need. Let's add one of these. And let's so sometimes if you don't like the order of something, you can just go to Edit Instruments and you can change the order. Like, I want this to be moved towards the top. Maybe let's move this one down here. Usually I keep bass down near the bottom. Piano and organ usually stay together because they're the same type of instrument. Let's move echoes near there. Effect, symbol. And percussion, I usually put at the bottom because it's percussion. So then I go to parts. Okay. I forgot to mention, if you hit Control and down, you can instantly go from octave to octave. Okay, now I'm thinking about it, I think I might want to change the key signature. So if you go to key signatures, you can change to anything you want. Oh, also, if you're not in edit note typing mode, you can just do you can just hit this up here or hit a number to change the length of the note. Then of course, as always, you can hit Control-Z to undo everything. And if you don't like it where a note is, you can just hit delete on either a note or the measure. Yeah. Oh, forgot to mention that the dot will add a half length of a note to the thing. I forgot it. I should add some strings probably. Instruments. Yeah, let's add some of these. So then I go to parts. Yeah, unfortunately, if you miss doing a part, you're gonna have to do this. It's kind of annoying, but at least you'll get the instruments and parts you need. Wait, did I? Hold on. Might have hit cancel on accident. Basically, this thing kind of... Yeah, what is it doing? Oh, hold on, I know what I'm doing wrong. Forgot to click this. So apparently I forgot to hit instrument. I forgot to click on this before I did it because that's how you make the new parts. So if I hit OK, there they are. So let's say I want this part along with the piano part. So I just hit Shift, click, Control-C to copy, then Control-V here. So then, then I can just hit, while it's been highlighted, I can go Control up or down to change octaves. So I hit that. And if I want to make a tied note, I just I can do Control Shift plus to make a tie note, or I can just go, or is it, no, it's just Shift plus to make that. Yeah, just hit Shift plus and you can make a tied note. So let's say I don't really like the dynamics here. I think they should be a bit quieter. So I'm going to do this. Make them quiet. Sounds like a good beginning, right? It won't matter anyway because it's a glockenspiel. They don't ring that long anyway. But just for consistency reasons. Now let's say now as usual let's say I want to highlight multiple measures at once. I can hit Shift, click, highlight the measures, hit Control C, and then I hit Control V if I want to place it nearby. Of course, like this. Let's say make more than one note. So another thing you can do is you can start the song at any point in there. At any point you want. This is good for testing out. Sounds pretty cool, right? Let's make it more awesome. Let's add some strings into it. Before I do that, I'm gonna change the order real quick. Strings must be together. Strings are a really good way to add support to instruments. Well, mostly violoncello and contrabass are really good at supporting, being that support sound. But cello is good for... And we do the same thing here. Type 7. Oh, I can go down here. If a note is yellow, it means that it can play it, but it's difficult. If a note is red, it means that literally it's impossible to play that note from a normal instrument. The reason it warns you about this is because and my thing just froze. Great. So I think my computer just broke. Okay. This is weird. Okay, hold on. Let me close that real quick. Let's reopen it. Of course, your most recent ones will always be saved here. Hold on. Something's wrong. So usually I have to go to preferences sometimes and fix it. Wow, this is the most broken thing that's happening right now. I'll be right back. Sorry for the inconvenience. It turns out the keyboard will stop working eventually while the mouse is plugged in. This isn't my regular computer, so I understand why it happened. Anyway, now that I've fixed it, we can get back to what's going on. Okay. Okay, let's hear it so far. So you can't really. So you're gonna have to hit N every time you want to type a note because it's just how that works. So if you want, so now let's hear it. How can we make it more epic? Let's add some effects to it. I haven't used this patch ever before, so let's see how it sounds. So maybe not this patch. Let's not do that. Where are my echoes? Here they are. All synthesizers have 2 staffs because they want to synthesize everything. So now it sounds pretty cool, right? Need some dynamics here. Here's a little shortcut I use sometimes when I want to copy the same rhythm but don't want to use the same notes. Basically, or you could just do this. Do that. Anyway, that's how I do it usually. Now let's see. Is there anything I can do to make this more epic right now, or do we want to save it for later? Okay. Let's open the mixer real quick and change this. Anyway, this program is very easy to use, I think, but you kind of have to know how to read music to use it. Anyway, okay, here it is. I've been getting a lot of commissions recently, so everyone's like messaging me on Amino, so maybe add some symbol, it might sound cooler. Let's see what it sounds now. I don't want to have to type those two notes again. I'm just going to copy this, paste it, and go down to. Hit this while not in no editing mode, I can just type immediately. Okay. Another easy thing I can do is dang it. I want to copy this over to here. I can just do this and this. I'm going to save this in my flash drive so I can work on this on my regular computer as well. Maybe let's change the when these things come in. Nope. If you type a 0, you can actually if you type a 0, you can basically add rests. Typing a dot will add the dot to the notes. Okay, let's see how it sounds. Maybe if I tie this, it'll work. I think this sounds pretty cool for an opening. So adding a double bar line here is really helpful when composing in other parts of the song because it divides them. Anyway, I think it sounds pretty cool so far. And anyway, that's how I do it usually. I will see you guys later. Be sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.